Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of my NFL preview show. I'm picking the winner of the NFC West division for the upcoming season. Telling you guys right off the bat, I'm taking Los Angeles Rams. Who isn't talking about the Rams? Who isn't taking the Rams? Maybe some people got the Seahawks, deservedly so, with them being the defending champs. But the Rams are fielding an NFL All-Star team, seemingly, with Matt Stafford and Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua on the offense. Strong running backs with Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. Very explosive offense that was potent last year in the NFC Conference Championship last year. Traded for Myles Garrett. He's a superstar. They got Trent McDuffie. The defense is upgraded. It was already pretty scary to begin with. Plus the young guys that they already had and all the talks of Aaron Donald coming back. Man, I would hate not to pick the Rams right now if AD came back like in a couple of weeks. They're already the number one favorites to win the Super Bowl, according to the sports books. Everyone's on the Rams. Everyone's talking about the Rams. First things first, Nick Wright had them atop of Nick's tiers, the number one team in the NFL as of right now, in their own league by themselves. So I picked the Rams to win this division the last 2 years. I got 1 out of 2. Make it a best of 3. I got the Rams this coming season. I like the Rams. I'm taking the Rams to win the NFC West. Seahawks deserve credit too. It could be them. But man, I don't want to pick the Seahawks. They got rid of Kenneth Walker, their Super Bowl MVP running back. No more Tariq Woolen. I would say Woolen was like the biggest star on their defense. That number one ranked defense for points allowed per game from last season, which is a shocker to me, which was a shocker. Without Woolen, I don't really, I can't name a person on that defense that is a superstar. I would say Jackson Smith and Jigba, the receivers, a superstar on the offense, and then Cooper Kupp, my boy, he's an all-time great. But it can't happen again. How did that happen? How did the Seahawks win last year? I showed them some love in some previous videos, but it can't be them again, and I don't think it will be. Sam Darnold to win the Super Bowl again. They won the Super Bowl before Josh Allen and the Bills, before Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. The Lions had a bunch of hype, the past couple of seasons. They won it before them. They won it before the Cowboys. It wasn't even a team last year that usually wins the Super Bowl, like the Chiefs or the Eagles. It was quite the shocker. That team came out of nowhere. It won't be an underdog like that again this year. Come on, guys. It's got to be someone else and not the Seahawks, even if they could be good this year. I mean, they're coming off a Super Bowl victory, taking the Rams to win the division. 49ers, they still got something left in the tank, and I'm sure people still think about them as legit contenders. But, man, it's the same team, and they're older. Christian McCaffrey's older. He has a history of injuries. George Kittle is older, has a history of injuries. Mike Evans, they got him, one of my favorite players. He's older, coming off some injuries. Fred Warner had some injuries last year and is older. Nick Bosa, he's not old, but, he's always having injuries. And usually they've been able to overcome injuries, but, at what point are they on the decline? And the news came out that I saw today that their head coach, the man that really, makes this thing come together and works it out in moments of adversity and injury is Kyle Shanahan. He had a car accident, so he's got a broken nose and some broken ribs. So their guy may not be coaching them as much as they need to be coached. So not the Niners. And then the Cardinals, I'm putting them in last place like everyone else is. They're one of those teams that we'll see they'll have 3 starting quarterbacks during the season. They'll have Brissett and Minshew and Beck, the rookie. It's just one of those teams heading for a 3-4 win season into the draft. The defense, they got some good players, but it's one of those bottom tier teams. Rams all day. Rams, do I think they could win the Super Bowl? Possibly, but I definitely think that I'm going to pick them for the division, and that's my prediction for the NFC West. Thank you so much for watching, guys.